Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. So I am fairly dang excited about this. We're going to be swatching, testing and reviewing the brand new Anastasia Beverly Hills X Amrezy, or is it Amrezy? Amrezy? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this palette. It is glittery pink. The colors look incredible. Lots of depth, lots of brights, lots of like neutrals in this one. Really excited to dive into it. And it's funny actually, the original palette that Amrezy did with Anastasia Beverly Hills was actually one of my favorite and most used when it came out. And that came out like, I think we're talking like 6 years ago, like quite a long time ago. So yeah, I'm really excited to play with this one. So if you're interested in seeing an in-depth swatch and review on the brand new Anastasia Beverly Hills Amrezy palette and you're wanting to know whether or not I actually think it is worth your time and worth your money, then please keep on watching. Now first up, this one is available at the minute on the Anastasia Beverly Hills website. I know this because I just checked it literally 2 seconds ago, so it's not currently sold out. The PR set you can also purchase as well, and you can also purchase the mirror that's in the PR set individually as well. The actual palette itself is $49. And you get 16 shades in it. I cannot be near this woman. She is literally flawless. Like, I'm sure you all know who she is. If you don't, well, firstly, why are you watching this? She's an Instagrammer. She's very beautiful. Like, I'm talking like completely flawless. She does like a lot of fashion and makeup posts. She shares a lot about like empowerment and confidence and things like that. She's just, I think I'm not the only one here when I say I love Amrezy. So like I said, they did do an original palette years and years ago. Obviously, we're all familiar with the highlighter that they did. It does say here that the palette is limited edition, so I would suggest, and I mean the highlighter was also apparently limited edition, but there were a few releases. But yeah, if you are really wanting to get your hands on this, I would suggest checking it out sooner rather than later. I'm assuming it's going to be available in Sephora. If it is, I will link it down below. I don't have any information here that says that it is or it isn't. So yeah, $49, 16 shades. Let's jump into it. Now, can we please? Everything associated with this palette is literally glittery pink. It's so pretty. This is the PR box that you can purchase. Like I said, you can purchase this on their website if you want. It's like completely glittery pink. It's so cute. And then when you open it up, this is the palette on this side, and then you've got the mirror at the top there. The mirror looks really cute. Oh, it's covered in like rhinestones. Hello. Oh, stop it. That's so cute. Oh, I really like that. Oh, concealer is creasing. Love that for me. As far as the actual palette goes, this is the uni carton or the box that it comes out in. It's like a glossy light pink with Amrezy. Looks like a rose gold. Anastasia Beverly Hills at the bottom. All your information is here on the back. I believe this is the same weight and the same formulation as many of their other palettes. It's got mattes, metallics. Ooh, to our most insanely pigmented glitter finish yet. Okay, so it actually has what sounds like a new formula in it. Net weight is 0.75 grams per shade. But this is the external packaging, and the colors in this, honestly, I did open it up earlier and have a quick sneak peek. I couldn't help myself. It's even more gorgeous than it is, you know, in the photos and stuff online. It's absolutely stunning, this one. It's all black on the inside. And then these are the shades that you do get in there. So nearly the whole row is all mattes up until this point. And you can definitely see the mixture of finishes, the glitters and the shimmers. And we've got a lovely like spread of sort of warm tone neutrals, some gorgeous brights and shimmers across the tops there. Love that it's got a black. Love that it's got a champagne shimmer for highlighting. This pink looks absolutely insane. And you've got your glitter here and your glitter here. Oh, actually, no, this one is a glitter as well. So yeah, really love the colors in this one. It looks gorgeous. Now, as you can see, it's completely untouched. I have not played with the formula of this yet. So what we will do first, we will actually swatch each of these shades on my skin individually so you can see the colors close up and sort of like the texture of the shadows. Then we'll start testing it on my eyes and we'll try and create something maybe a little different using these colors. And then I'll let you know whether or not, you know, it was easy to work with, it blended well, blah. Yeah. So let's jump into the swatches now. All right, so first starting on the top row, all the way on the left-hand side, we have Wasted, which is a light pink shimmer. Barb is a duochrome sparkly pink with like a turquoise shimmer through it. Liddy is a gorgeous rose gold and gold glitter. Cupcake is this beautiful violet shimmer, very pretty. Dragon, a gorgeous gold. Leo, a bright blue. Gemini, a deeper, darker kind of a gold. Gorgina, a beautiful bronze. Resi is a pink. Anastasia is like a shimmery pinky gold. Then we have New Yorker and OG. These are the two matte medium brown shades that actually do look very, very similar. Semsa is a beautiful matte burgundy plum kind of a color. 1988, a deep brown. BK is a black, and Hugo is a gorgeous dark blackened kind of a burgundy. All right, so that was it for all of the swatches. I'm actually quite, I say all the time, guys, honestly, a swatch of an eyeshadow is not in any way indicative of how it's going to perform on your lids, but I'm actually really, really quite impressed with how the formula feels in these. Firstly, a couple of things I do want to run through, and you're kind of going to be able to see the carnage from the actual palette here. So these really beautiful shimmer shades, so Barb, I can't read backwards, Cupcake, Dragon, Leo, and Gorgina. Oh my gosh, I say that word all the time. That's so funny. Whoa. Can you even see? Sorry. So, this one, and this one, they're all very, 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 very soft. So please do bear that in mind. Use a little bit of caution when you are, pressing your brush or finger into these. They are very, very soft. And a lot of them, and you press them just slightly and it leaves like a rather large indentation. For me personally, that's not necessarily like a flaw in a shadow, but it is something to bear in mind. If you go in using the same amount of pressure that you would normally use, you're going to damage the shadows and you're going to basically make a big mess. The mattes were all really, really smooth, except for this one at the end here, Hugo. But typically with a deep burgundy shade, you do get a little bit of like sort of texture on a finger swatch. That's pretty normal. I've seen that across, majority, like 99% of shadows. Yeah, I am really, really quite impressed. The glitters were lovely. Whether or not they actually adhere to the eye, I do not know. But yeah, so far she's looking good. Now, I feel like I really want to use some of the really pretty purples in this palette. They are gorgeous. Leo, the bright blue, is beautiful as well. But yeah, I think I'm going to go, I want to do something like a lilac, like really soft and pretty. So let's start out with OG. Oh, actually, I did want to mention as well, the New Yorker shade and the OG shade, as far as actual swatches go, it was quite difficult to tell the difference between the two of them. They're very, very similar shades, so just something to bear in mind. So I'm going to pick up a tiny bit of OG. Oh, very, very pigmented on my brush there. I'm actually going to tap most of that off, and I'm just sort of softly going to work that through the crease. Now, looking at this, you really could do so many different looks. You could do neutral everyday looks. You could do like a black smoky eye. You could do like really vibrant looks. You could do glittery looks. I really do think that she's done a good job of actually selecting the colors and selecting, things that go really well together. It's quite well thought out. And there's no surprises because she's amazing. Hello, have you seen her makeup? Have you seen it? Hi. So this brown is blending out really nicely. I did prime my eyes, but I didn't set it down. So this is straight on top of MAC Pro Longwear Paint Pot. It's applying really, really well. It's not patchy, it's not chalky, it's not causing my eyes to sting. It's not, there's not like a heap of kickback as well. The mattes are packed fairly firmly in comparison to the shimmers. So again, another thing to bear in mind. And I'm just buffing that through the crease. Wow, that's a really, really nice color. Beautiful, beautiful shade. I can imagine just like washing that all over the lid and popping some mascara on and calling it a day. All right, so just taking a much smaller blending brush, I'm going to go into the shade 1988, which is like medium. I suppose it's like between medium and deep, but it is a matte brown. And, ooh, okay, that is incredibly pigmented. Holy crap. Does it blend though? I do wonder. I'm just packing it in the, wow, okay, that's like, yeah, they're not playing around with the pigment with this one. Ooh, my stomach is making really weird noises. Love that. I'm just sort of working that one through the outer part of the crease and in the outer V. I'm sort of just blending it out. It's a little bit tricky to blend with this brush. So I'm just going to go back in with a clean brush now with no additional product. and just continue buffing that through. It's still really nice and smooth and not patchy, but this is more of like a packing shade, and then you can go in with like a firmer bristled brush to blend it out kind of a thing. You'll have to excuse me, guys. My eyes are so like bloodshot and stinging. These awful, awful bushfires here in Australia, honestly. It's been a nightmare few weeks. Like, there's no other way to describe it. It's just terrible. So many people have lost their homes. Like, thousands and thousands of people have lost their homes. A lot of people have died. We've lost 1 billion animals. 1 billion animals have been killed by the fires here in Australia. It's terrifying, honestly. Like, it's just awful. Actually, while we're here, I did quickly want to mention that I am actually raising money for the sufferers of the bushfire. So the money is to go towards the victims who have lost everything, but also the firefighters and our volunteer firefighters in particular, working in New South Wales and Victoria, who are putting their lives on the line every single day to help others and to save properties and other lives. So if you have even like 50 cents or like a spare dollar, I would love for you to help me raise money and donate it. If you can, if you want to. I have set up a GoFundMe page. I will link it in my description bar down below, but it's very quick and simple. It's obviously all really secure. GoFundMe is a really, fantastic organization for raising money. But yeah, we're only like $1,000 away from our goal of $20,000. So I would love it if you could donate. It honestly would be amazing. I can't even imagine. Like, I've spent so much time crying, and I really wish there was more that I could do to help these poor people. I really, really do. All right, those shades, I'm pretty happy with how they are blended in at this point. So Cupcake is one of the really, really soft, like, it's like a buttery kind of a formula. You can really move it around and remold it. It's in like a gel texture in the pan. Picking it up on a dry brush just to see how it performs like this, but you may know. Oh, hello. I may stand corrected here, guys. That's actually got a lot of payoff on a dry brush. Wow. I'm packing that one from the inner corner, probably about halfway, maybe, across the eye. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. That is a really, really pretty colour. All right, let's see how it goes with a finger application as well. Just see if there's a massive difference in the payoff. Oh, okay. Yep. So applies really, really well with a dry brush, but you can see the difference in the intensity and the pigmentation when applied, packed on with a finger. So, I mean, obviously this makes it really versatile and it makes it customizable, but if you're looking for full on, like, out there, I would pack it on with a finger. Holy crapoly, that is stunning. I think to fill in this little gap between the dark chocolate brown and the purple, I might actually go in with Semsa. There's a really cool matte. It's like quite a vibrant sort of a plum colour, I guess you could say. It's really, really nice. And then over the top of that, I'm going to pack some of the Liddy glitter. I am going to be wearing this look all day, and I really want to see how well the glitter actually stays on. Yeah, obviously if it falls everywhere, we've got a problem. So taking a flat brush, I'm going to take Semsa now. Semsa. I'm not quite sure what that word means, but I'm going to pack it right in the center here. Oh, pretty, pretty. So packing it on this side now. Looking good. Oh, I do like this palette so far, guys. Really, really a lot of pigmentation. Definitely. I'm going to be cheeky and I'm going to dip into Hugo, which is like the reddy, deep, I don't even know what to call it. It's like a blackish burgundy, I guess. I'm going to pack a little of that right in the outer corner just to deepen it up even further out here. And the other side. Alright, going back into Semsa now, packing that over the top again, just to sort of work those two colours together, and then we will blend through the crease. So taking a small brush. Oh gosh, these are so nice, honestly. They're just blending out beautifully. Amrezy. I see a girl. Buffing, buffing, buffing. For such deep, dark shades, they're blending out really well. I like these a lot. Now I'm kind of keen to try out Barb. Barb is the sort of like duochrome pinky. It's got a blue kind of a reflect through it. This one here. I'm just going to take that one on a small brush again. This is one of the really, really soft gel type formulas, so just be really careful when dipping into it. I'm going to put that right on the inner corner. Oh, she pretty. Oh, she pretty. I'm really packing that on the inner corners. And I think I want to build up that purple even more because I have knocked a little bit off, so just packing that on. All right, gorgini. So I think, to be fair, I mean, I really love the way this is looking and I really want to leave it. But to be fair, I do think that we have to try the glitters just to make sure that they're actually worth your time. So I'm taking Litty, which is like this rose gold and gold glitter here. I'm just going to take a little bit of that and gently pack that pretty much over the entire eye. Oh, I'm not mad at how that looks. Wow. Because I just want to make sure, you know, that the glitter actually stays where I put it and it doesn't end up over my, oh my God, I cannot stop looking at that now. You know how sometimes you do something and that you didn't really want to do, but then you do it and you're like, yes, kicking goals. But yeah, I just want to make sure they actually stay in place. Because it's all well and good for a glitter to look pretty when you first apply it, but if it's not there in, you know, 30 minutes, what the bloody hell is the point? And then through the lower lash line, I'm going to take New Yorker, this other brown. Look how much pigmentation it takes. Like, quite, like, they're pigmented. I'm going to rub that through the lower lash line. Buffing that through. Oh my God, that is blending out absolutely perfectly. Oh yeah. And then the purple, I'm just going to add that to the inner corner. I'm kind of going to just mirror sort of what I've done on the top, I think. Gosh, my eyes are so sensitive at the minute. I've been really struggling. Like, the smoke has been so bad. We couldn't even take, like, obviously we got a new little puppy, Annabelle. Oh my gosh, she's magical. She's perfect. I'm so in love with her. But, you know, we've only had her for 3 days and I haven't even been able to take her outside. The smoke is so heavy. Like, I want to be out in the backyard, like, playing with her and chasing her around, but the smoke's too heavy. We can't be out there. And then finally, I might take a little of Samsa again, or Samsa, and just sort of put that in the outer corner, and I'll mix it with a little bit of Yugo as well, that deep burgundy, just to add some depth in the outer corners. All right, awesome. Well, that's pretty much it for the look. Oh, actually, we really should highlight the brow bone. Let's do that as well. But I really love the way everything has performed here. Like, I've definitely got no complaints. And I'm quite impressed with the different formulas and textures. And I mean, so far that glitter's really staying in place. So far so good. So finally, to finish, I'm going to take Wasted, which, oh, okay. Wasted is very, very soft. Please, again, be really, really careful when going into this one. It's packed very, very softly. This is like a light kind of a pink, and I'm going to use that just on my brow bone as a soft highlight. Working that in, and then I'll have to do the rest of my face. Because let's be real, I need some under eye concealer. Anyway, let me know what you think of this finished look. I'm personally low-key obsessed. I'm going to go and chuck on some lashes, some mascara. I'll try and hide these delightful under eye bags, and then I'll be back to give my final thoughts on the palette. All right, guys, so I have finished off the rest of my makeup. Hopefully those dark circles are gone. I don't know. It's hard to tell from the viewfinder. But I am really, really, really happy with how this eye look has turned out. I really like how it's like a subtle kind of like pop of purple with that beautiful like gold sparkle through it. Very, very pretty. A really easy way to wear color if you're someone who really doesn't like to wear, like, you know, purples and pinks on the eyes. But we're not here to discuss the actual eyeshadow look, although please let me know in the comments what you think of this. I know that I do a lot of pink looks, but I feel like this one's like a little bit different. So yeah, let me know what you think. But we're here to talk about this. Now, do I think you need to run out and spend your money on this? Obviously, it's a very, very difficult question to answer because it depends, in my opinion, what you already own and what your preferences are in an eyeshadow palette. As far as the actual palette goes, You know, if we're talking technically about the formula and about the pigmentation and the color selection and everything, I think that this is really, really, really good quality. I really enjoyed all of the shadows throughout this one. Like I did say, there are a couple of considerations to bear in mind when working with some of the shimmer shades through the top here, but the mattes are all really, really pigmented, very soft, very buttery, very blendable. The shimmers are all really, really pigmented as well, as long as you treat them with a little bit of TLC. Just don't go in too hard basically with a brush, just be nice and gentle with them. The glitters so far, from what I can tell, adhere really, really well. I've had this makeup on for about maybe an hour now, and so far I'm not seeing any fallout onto my cheeks. My cheeks are still looking really, really clean, but that may change throughout the day. Now obviously I will update you guys in the comment section. I'll pop a pinned comment up the top and let you know how it actually wore during the day. But as far as the actual formulation of this one goes, very, very nice. Definitely worth the money. Now this palette is more expensive than all of the other Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes of this format. Most of them are $45, especially the other collaborations. Like I did see the Jackie Aina palette is only $45, the Carly Bible palette is only $45, but this one is $49. That may be because it's got those pressed glitter formulations in it, because usually, you know, they're a little bit more expensive to produce, kind of a thing. I really, really like this. I do think that it's really nice to work with. I do think that it's blendable, it's buttery, it's easy to apply. But at the same time, if you're like me and you know, collect all of the other Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow palettes, obviously, and I mean, like, it is freaking gorgeous. The packaging is amazing. And if you're an Amrezy fan, like, I totally recommend picking it up. But if you're a collector of the other Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes, do you need this? Probably not. If I remove the blue, and maybe even the pink, this palette does look very, very, very similar to many of their other eyeshadow palettes that they already have. Actually, you know what? I'll just quickly grab a few. So we've got the Norvina palette here. Very sort of similar, you know, warm kind of browns. Similar-ish kinds of warm browns, and then like pinky undertones as well. Soft Glam, which is actually my favorite of all of their eyeshadow palettes. Most of the warm browns that are in Soft Glam, and actually a couple of the shimmers are actually in this one. And then also a comparison to Modern Renaissance. Like I said, like if we hide, hang on, I need like a third hand, honestly. If we hide the blue, very similar kind of color palette and color story. So yeah, that's just something to bear in mind, take into consideration. I know that it's very easy these days to just get really, really hyped up about a product and get really excited and then purchase it and then get it home and be like, oh, I've actually already got all of these eyeshadows. So just, yeah, consideration to bear in mind, but it is stunning. Really, really beautiful formula. Honestly, like 10 out of 10 on the formula. I love the packaging. I really love the color selection. I love the layout. But if you've already got all of these shades, not necessarily worth your time, if that makes sense. Personally, for me, I'm such a huge fan of Amrezy that I would have purchased it myself. I was lucky enough to receive this in PR. So thank you so much to Anastasia Beverly Hills and Amrezy for sending this over. But personally, I would have purchased it just to support her. But yeah, it's entirely up to you. It's your decision. And where you spend your money is, you know, it's up to you. Can I see myself using this palette heaps? Totally. I think that I will be reaching for it quite a lot. I think that you'll be seeing it a lot in upcoming tutorials because the formula is so nice. And I think you might even see this eye look again because I'm really happy with it. So yeah, I hope that you guys really enjoyed today's video. I hope that it answered any questions you had about the new palette. If you've got any more, obviously guys, please pop them in the comment section down below. I always make sure to answer as many questions as I possibly can in the comments. So yeah, pop them all down there. Let me know what you think of the palette. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Let me know what you think of this eye look. And honestly, if you think it looks like every other eyeshadow look I've ever done on my channel, let me know. I want your honest feedback. But I love you guys heaps. I hope you're having an amazing day, and I will talk to you all very, very soon.